Want autumn breams to queue up and bite? First, you need to figure out their three odd temperaments. As autumn rolls in, seasoned anglers know that breams, Parabramis pekinensis, are a real treat. These fish, unlike their feisty carp or timid crucian cousins, present a unique challenge that requires both skill and wisdom. Here's everything you need to know to catch them during their prime feeding season. 1. Breams' odd temperaments. Understanding the quirks of breams is essential if you want to catch them successfully in autumn. They're a tricky bunch with 3 key temperaments. Fools chasing kites. Breams love the wind. The stronger the breeze and the bigger the waves, the more active they become. Why? The wind increases the oxygen levels in the water, which makes them feel more comfortable and active. So, there's a saying among anglers, no wind, no bream fishing. On windless days, your chances of catching them drop dramatically. Timid and group-oriented. Breams are social creatures. They always swim in schools. The good news? If you hook one, there's a high chance you'll catch more since their buddies are usually close by. But if you scare one off, the entire school might scatter and take a long time to return. So, patience is key. Once you catch one, stay steady, and be prepared for more. Vegetarian gourmets. Unlike grass carp, breams are vegetarians with a preference for the sweet and sour flavors of fruit. Wild mulberries, hawthorns, and other similar fruits are their delicacies. This is a big secret in autumn fishing. Catering to their sweet tooth will increase your chances of success. 2. Strategy to catch autumn breams. Now that you understand their temperaments, it's time to set your plan in motion. Where to fish? Based on the bream's preferences, here's where you should look for them. Downwind spots. Since breams love the wind, find areas where the wind blows toward the shore. This will help attract them to those spots. Aquatic plant edges. They love feeding around grass and plants, so look for weed beds or aquatic plant edges. Slow current zones. Breams prefer calmer waters, so look for areas with gentle currents such as river bends or headland areas where they can forage peacefully. Gear to use. You don't need heavy-duty equipment to catch breams. They're not aggressive like carp but are quite smart, so finesse is important. Rod. Use a 3.6 m to 4.5 m rod, similar to the one used for crucian carp fishing, with a soft tip. A softer rod helps avoid tearing their delicate mouths. Line. Keep the line thin. A 1 mm main line and a 0.6 mm subline are enough. A thick line will scare them away, so subtlety is key. Hook. Use small hooks. Size 3 or 4 sleeve hooks work perfectly. What to feed them? Breams have a sweet tooth, so your bait should cater to that. Base bait. Start with grain-scented bait, and add a fruity, tangy twist. You can use fruit acid additives or fermented grains to bring out that sweet and sour aroma. Fermented corn or wheat. Here's a trick. Take tender corn or wheat, mix with some yogurt or beer, and let it ferment. The resulting sweet-sour scent will attract the breams irresistibly. 3. Understanding breams' feeding signals. Breams eat delicately like they're nibbling, not attacking. So, knowing how to read their feeding signals is essential to success. Here are the classic signs to watch for. Slowly rising float. If the float rises slowly and trembles, it means the bream has picked up the bait from the bottom and is preparing to swim away. When you see this, it's time to strike. Steady sink. When the float stabilizes and then sinks slowly, it's usually a larger fish. The steady sinking means it's feeding leisurely, so you should strike when it starts to sink. Wobbly movement. If the float wobbles for a bit, then moves to the side, that's a solid bite. Don't hesitate, strike when the float starts moving sideways. Sideways pull. If the float is pulled sideways before it even stabilizes, this signals a mid-water bite. Strike immediately before the bream gets away. 4 Final thoughts on autumn bream fishing. Fishing for breams is all about understanding their behavior. Patience, precision, and the right bait are key. Unlike carp or silver carp, which require brute strength or speed, breams require thoughtfulness and finesse. If you can figure out their temperaments, bait preferences, and feeding signals, these autumn fish will practically be gifted to you. And the taste? Well, that's something you'll truly appreciate after your catch. Winking face. About the author. I'm a passionate angler and a self-media blogger who loves sharing my fishing tips and techniques. Follow me for more insights and to exchange fishing wisdom. Like, save, and follow to never miss an update.